Hello and welcome back. Today we are exploring an abandoned tunnel off the Pennsylvania Turnpike. This is the Laurel Hill Tunnel. This is located at mile marker 99.3, and if you come down that ramp in front of you, you can come down and see it. Now located around this is a garage in front of us. I'm assuming that there's probably some turnpike equipment in there, plow trucks, salt trucks. We have some salt bins there. But if we turn around, we can see what's left of this abandoned tunnel. And apparently, from what I have heard, they are using this as a race car testing site. They use the tunnel as a controlled environment area to test the aerodynamics and straight line performance of race cars. Probably NASCARs, but I'm not really sure. If you know anything about it, let me know in the comments. But they are definitely using this tunnel. So this tunnel was abandoned in 1964, and the Pennsylvania Turnpike built a bypass around it. This tunnel was thought to be a bottleneck because it was only a single tunnel, and for whatever reason they decided that they didn't want to bore another hole into the side of the mountain, so they just bypassed it. And I think around 2003 it was sold to somebody who was testing race cars. Now when we come over here, we see all of these race car tires, and now these look to me like something you would find on a NASCAR or an Indy car. These are definitely slicks. I'm assuming they're no good because they're leaving them sit outside, but what are they doing in there? And believe me, I would love to get in there and see this setup and see how they do this. Looks like right here we have an HVAC system. I don't know if that is for evacuation or it is for heating and cooling. Like I said, if you know anything more about this, let me know in the comments. I only know what I see on Google and different websites, because this is like the Area 51 of race cars. Or so I read. But I can tell you just by looking at this, there's definitely something very cool going on inside there. Now, like I said before, this is the west portal of this tunnel. So if you were traveling eastbound, this is where you would enter through. And if you're traveling westbound, this is where you would exit through. If we take a little drive down the highway to the next mile marker, we can see the other side of this tunnel. Let's go take a look. Here we are at mile marker 101.5. This leads us to the other end of the Laurel Hill Tunnel. And let me tell you, if this is where you want to go, you better slow down early and keep your eye out, because if you go too fast, you will drive right past it. And I can tell you that from experience, because I had to go all the way down to the Somerset exit, turn around, and do an illegal U-turn to get back to this. Oh shit, whoops. Did I say that out loud? Oh well. Anyway, looks like we have some turnpike equipment being stored back here. We have a little bit of a drive ahead of us because this end of the tunnel isn't anywhere near as close to the turnpike as the other end. But that's okay. I don't see any no trespassing signs. I don't see any gates to tell us that we can't go back here. So we're gonna head back. Now, if you were traveling on the turnpike between the years of 1940 up to 1964, this would be the direction you were going as you were heading up to the Laurel Hill Tunnel. Now, one thing I am noticing about this is that this road is pretty well kept, and so was the other road that we came in on. Now, it's not paved, but there's not giant potholes all over the place, and it's pretty easy to drive back through here. So they're definitely doing something back here, and they're definitely using this tunnel on a regular basis. And if I had to guess, I would say there is some money there that is funding all of this. How do you maintain an abandoned tunnel, and how do you maintain the roads to get to it? Again, this is the Area 51 of race cars. Imagine that you're a race team and you have trucks and trailers with cars in the back of them. This would be the perfect place to drive to, wouldn't it? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. So now we have the other entrance of the tunnel in our view, and we're going to be there shortly. Here we are at the other side of the Laurel Hill Tunnel, and it looks pretty much the same as the other side. It's definitely sealed. We have a load of tires here. We have the same no trespassing, keep out signs and barriers set up. Now these tires are accessible. For what reason, I don't know. But you can see this end of the tunnel is sealed just like the other end. We have another HVAC system there, which I don't know if it's for evacuation or is it for heating and cooling. A little bit of a different building. And there's our surveillance cameras. We have some storage containers there. Now remember, to test a race car you need a controlled environment, so we don't know what that HVAC is for. Now these tires aren't quite the same as the ones that we saw on the other side of the tunnel. These tires to me look like regular car tires or truck tires. Except for that one right there. That one looks like a slick. No tread. It's probably no good. But these look like normal vehicle tires to me. And they're not as nicely stacked as the other side. So, I'm not really sure what goes on here. We have the same signs. You know, keep out. Surveillance cameras in use. No trespassing. So I'm not going to go beyond the gate or the barriers. Alright, so here we are getting ready to leave. And I noticed this little turnoff here, which is kind of odd. Let me walk back here and show you what I saw. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. We have two abandoned vehicles, or at least they look to be abandoned. And over here, we look to have a shooting range, maybe, and some picnic tables. And on the other side over here, we have a shed and an open area for, I don't know, storage, maybe? But we have a Nissan Versa and we have a Chevy Impala, both with broken out windows. The Nissan doesn't have a license plate on it. The Impala looks to be in pretty decent shape, except for the windows being broken out of it. So, again, I'm not really sure what goes on back here. And why is it just these two cars and not more? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and like and subscribe. Thanks.